the shared errand boy at a rich school. I run errands, and even Niwi runs in PE. They treat me like a dog. After each task, they toss me a tip. Except for the outcast to Binding Bing. He always pushes me away. Day, I saw him cornered. I went to help, but he just said, "Get lost." Another time, I brought him breakfast. He tossed it without a glance. Today, he swatted my bread away again. I just smiled. What else can a poor scholarship kid do? In that moment, I grabbed his collar and pulled him close. He froze, shocked, staring at me, inches away. Our breaths mingled. I licked my dry lips. Looking into his eyes, I said slowly, "Let me be your dog only. You are insane." He shoved me off, more fiercely than I expected. I didn't care. I pulled out a stack of bills from my bag. Water, electricity, and a hospital notice. My sister needs surgery for a heart condition. I can't afford pride. He stared at the papers, then pulled out his wallet and threw cash at me. "Get lost. Don't let me see you again." I picked up the money, smoothing the wrinkles. $3,400? Enough for a week. "Thanks, Miss Bai." I bowed, but it's not enough. "What else do you want?" "Not charity. A deal." I stood up, meeting his eyes. "I'll handle your problems. You cover my sister's bills. We both win. Or problems like Liu Ruyan cornering you daily. Putting dead rats in your locker. Liu Ruyan is the school beauty who hates Bai the most because Bai's mom was the other woman in Liu's parents' marriage. What can you do? Make them never touch you again." Half an hour later, I showed up at Liu's class with a bucket of red paint. In front of everyone, I poured it over her designer bag. "Your bag," her boyfriend shrieked. Liu jumped up, kicking over a desk. "Fei Yuan, you're dead." He charged at me. Everyone backed away. I ignored him, calmly pulling out my phone to play a recording. A woman's sycophantic voice came through. "Miss Liu, rest assured, this batch is perfect. Your mom's company will get the South City project." You froze, face pale. I'd recorded this while running an errand for him. Accidentally. "What if I give this to your mom?" I waved my phone, smiling. He glared at me. The whole class was stunned. No one expected the me pushover Fang Yuan to threaten Liu. And I turned to Liu's cronies who bullied Bai. "Miss Li, your car was scratched last week. I saw who did it. Miss Zhang, you lost 200,000 at the bar last week. Haven't told your folks." Miss Wan. Each name made them paler. I'd gathered this info while serving them. They saw me as a mindless tool. Forgetting tools have ears and eyes. While copying homework for the top student, I'd study his business cases. Running errands for the finance club, I'd know their jargon. Their chatter was my best textbook. The mud they despise is my best hunting camouflage. If anyone dares touch Bai Ningbing again, I'll send this to your parents. I looked around. My voice, "Li, be cold." I turned and left the classroom. From today, Bai Ningbing's school life should be much easier. And I went from a shared lackey to Bai Ningbing's personal guard dog. I went back to the rooftop. Bai Ningbing was still there. Then he looked at me, shocked and moved. "Aren't you afraid I'll get back at you?" "Yes," I grinned. "But you are my boss now. I have to protect you." I pulled out my phone, showing the QR code. "First payment, 50,000. My sister's hospital bill is due today." Bai Ningbing stared at me, said nothing, and transferred the money. Seeing the balance, my anxiety finally eased. I bowed again. "Thanks, boss." He didn't reply, but as I turned to leave, he suddenly spoke. "Fei Yuan, don't you have a heart?" I paused, turned, and smiled brightly. "I do, but my heart is expensive." With the money, I rushed to the hospital. "Fang Yuan, why are you so late?" My dad scolded me, but his voice trembled. "Do you know Xiaoyan had an attack today? She almost died." "Used to it." I handed him the receipt. "Dad, I paid. What did the doctor say?" He snatched it, saw the amount, and relaxed. "The doctor says surgery, ASAP, or it's hopeless." His eyes reddened. "It's my fault. I can't earn money. My poor Xiaoyan." I listened silently, offering no comfort. I knew her tears were half for my sister, half for her own helplessness. Since my sister got sick, she blamed everything on me. If I hadn't given birth to you, a son, she wouldn't have gotten sick, and my sister wouldn't be weak. So I owe my sister. I must repay her with my whole life. Through the window, I saw my pale, thin sister, Fang Yan. She was thin and weak. She waved happily when she saw me. With Bai Ningbing's help, Fang Yan's surgery went smoothly. The doctor said rest and checkups would ensure a recovery. My dad hugged me, crying with joy. "Feng Yuan, you're such a good son." But seeing my tired face, guilt flashed in his eyes. Soon, reality's burden returned. He sighed. "Rehab and nutrition will cost a fortune." He looked at pale Feng Yan. A flicker of pain in his eyes, quickly replaced by money anxiety and urging looks. He changed the subject, grabbing my hand, eyes burning. "Xuanhuan, that classmate is rich. Since he helped, why not ask for more? Is your sister's life worth so little?" I looked at his greedy face, feeling nothing. I found Bai Ningbing and proposed a new plan. "I'll help you win the Bai Group inheritance." Bai Ningbing was painting. His brush paused, leaving a black dot on the paper. He looked up sharply. "What makes you think you can?" "Because I know your enemy better than you." Bai Ningbing's enemy is her half-sister, the legitimate heir, Bai Yue. Bai Yu is a school star student council president, a teacher's pet. She seems gentle and kind, but it's all a facade. I once saw her throw hot coffee at a servant who bumped into her. "Person? Blind idiot." The servant, afraid of losing his job, just apologized. She is ruthless and a master of disguise. Bai Yu's biggest weakness is her obsession with her perfect image. I told Bai Ningbing we just need to tear off his mask and ruin his reputation. Then he can't compete with you. Bai Ningbing listened silently. After a long pause, he spoke. The plan was simple. I showed him a school party program. I wanted him to play a piano piece. Only I knew Bai Ningbing played piano well. I once found her in a Mandan music room play. The melody was full of pain and repression. She seemed to see me as her only audience. She would play for me every time I visited. Bai Yue was famous for piano. She always closed the show to thunderous applause. You want me to compete with her? Bai Ningbing frowned. How can it be her? You don't need to win. I smiled mysteriously. Just play what you want. Leave the rest to me. To get evidence against Bai Yu, I found Bai Ningbing's supposedly deceased mother. She was in bad shape. Addicted to drugs after being kicked out. She was a wreck. Neither human nor ghost. When I found her, she looked terrified, like a scared mouse. I pushed $1 million check to her. She trembled, afraid to take it. And Bai will kill me. I showed her another photo of her being chased for death. Refuse, and this is your future. Accept, and you get money in my vacuum. I stared at her, gamble, or rot in the gutter. Your choice. She finally took the check, hands trembling like leaves. Family ties mean nothing against money and fear. On party night, the hall was packed. Bai Yue sat at the piano in a white dress. She looked elegant. After her piece, thunderous applause. The host announced excitedly, "Let's welcome another piano princess, Bai Ningbing." All eyes turned. Bai Ningbing walked out in a simple white shirt and black skirt. Her appearance caused the stir. Why is she here? Can she even play? She's just trying to steal Bai Yu's spotlight. Shameless. Bai Yu was surprised but quickly recovered, even smiling kindly at Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing ignored her and sat at the piano. She didn't play famous classics, but a sad, angry piece I'd never heard. The melody cut through her hidden wounds, exposing them to everyone. Everyone was stunned. They'd never seen this side of Bai Ningbing. Such deep emotion hidden inside the gloomy, quiet girl. The piece ended in silence. Then, a video played on the big screen. It showed a haggard woman, Bai Ningbing's mother. She tearfully accused Bai Yu's mother of ruining her family with dirty tricks. The video ended with a paternity test. It showed Bai Ningbing was the chairman's first daughter. Bai Yue was 2 months younger. So the real mistress wasn't Bai Ningbing's mother. It was the current Madame Bai. The crowd erupted. Everyone was shocked. Bai Yue's face turned pale. She rushed backstage to stop the video, but it was too late. It shattered her perfect image. The next day, Bai Group's stock crashed. The chairman had to hold a press conference. He admitted to the past and announced the reconsidering the year. I stood on the rooftop, watching reporters swarm the school gate. I felt great. Bai Ningbing handed me a card with $1 million. You earned this? I didn't take it. Not enough. What? I said, I want half of Bai Group shares. Her eyes widened. Dang, Yuan, don't push it too much. I laughed. Bai Ningbing, we're in this together. You lead the charge, I cover the rear, clear the obstacles. Together, we'll shake the Bai family to its core. He looked at me, his eyes complex. After a long pause, he asked, why? Why what? Why go to such lengths for money? I froze. Yes, why? Bang and surgery was a success. $1 million for rehab is more than enough. Why risk it? Risk everything for the Bai family fortune because I couldn't stop. Once I saw money could buy dignity, fairness, even family love. I was like a gambler who opened Pandora's box. No turning back. I watched Bai Ningbing slowly curl. It lives. I love money like you love the piano. It gives me security. He said nothing. Just press the card into my hand. Use it first. The Bai family scandal became the city's biggest joke. Bai Yue was suspended as a student council president. Bai Ningbing became the most immediate victim. Public opinion turned. Chairman Bai, overwhelmed, brought Bai Ningbing back to the main house. He appointed him deputy general manager of the Bai Group, involved in daily operations. The day the news broke, Bai Ningbing asked to meet. I walked into that lavish private room, in cheap casuals, looking out of place. Bai Ningbing was already there, in a tailor suit. Her hair was immaculate, a faint smile on her face. A world away from the gloomy, silent girl. She saw me, stood up, and pulled out a chair for me. Congratulations, Vice President Bai. She smiled, poured me red wine. So what reward this time? Haven't decided yet. I knew she pulled out a file and slid it to me, so I prepared a big gift. I opened it. A share transfer agreement. 10% of Bay Group, worth at least $500 million. You earned it. Cut me off. Without you, I wouldn't be here. I looked at him, a mix of emotions. Pleasure working together. That night, we talked a lot. For the first time, I learned that after her mother left the Bai family with her, she quickly remarried, dumping her like baggage on her royal grandfather. After he died, the Bai family took her back. But there, she was treated worse than a servant. And I, for the first time, opened up about my past. We were both abandoned by fate, struggling to survive in this cruel world. That night, I drank a lot. In the end, I had to help a dead drunk Bai Ningbing back to his apartment. After settling him in, I was about to leave when he grabbed my hand. Don't go. His voice was fragile, pleading. My heart softened. Against my better judgment, I stayed. I sat by the bed, watching him sleep. He was actually quite handsome. I reached out, couldn't resist touching his face. For a moment, I even had the illusion we were in a transaction, but lovers warming each other. The moment I touched his skin, his eyes snapped open. We stared at each other, silent. The air thick with tension. Then he flipped me onto my bag. Feng Yuan. He whispered my name, his voice hoarse. I could smell the faint alcohol and his unique cool scent. My heart raced. I didn't resist. Maybe because in that moment, I saw the same loneliness in his eyes, like two wounded beasts, licking each other's wounds, drawing what little warmth we could. I woke up the next morning to bright sunlight. Bai Ningbing was gone. A flicker of hope rose in me, but died when I saw a check on the nightstand. 200,000. Next to it, a note in Bai Ningbing's bold handwriting. Payment for last night. Those words seared into my retinas like a branding iron. The pathetic warmth, an illusion of the night before, turned to ash. I thought it was two beasts finding comfort. To him, it was just a transaction with a price tag. My heart felt like it was plunged into ice water, freezing, then shattering. All my struggle and closeness, in his eyes, was only worth 200,000. I held that flimsy check, but it felt heavier than a mountain, crushing me. I pocketed the check, dressed, and left calmly. After I left, the apartment was dead silent. Bai Ningbing stood alone in the living room, staring at the mirror at a face that looked exactly like her mother's. Her eyes were full of endless regret and self-loathing. She punched the mirror, calling herself a hopeless jerk. She remembered me saying, "Let me be your dog alone." She recalled the vulnerability in my eyes last night, contrasting it with the cold of the check. Her heart felt like it was being torn apart. She grabbed the precious piano model on the table, the only light in her dark world. Then she smashed it hard on the ground. Sharp shards cut her palm, blood dripping. She personally pushed the only person trying to enter her world back into the abyss. Back home, my dad saw I hadn't come home all night. He started nagging again. "Where were you last night? Were you with that rich female classmate last night? Were you with that rich female classmate?" Enough. I threw the check in front of him. "This is what you wanted. Take it." He saw the number on the check. His eyes went wide. 200,000? Oh my god, xiuxian. He took the check with trembling hands, his eyes full of ecstasy and relief, but also a hint of evasion from my tired face. "I got him. Are you satisfied now?" I looked at him coldly. "This is my blood money. Take it and buy nutrition for your daughter." With that, I slammed the door and left. I wandered aimlessly on the street, my mind blank. It felt like my heart had unknowingly been left with Bai Ningbing. After that, we returned to a purely employer-employee relationship. But occasionally, a box of stomach medicine would appear on my desk after I casually mentioned a stomachache. On rainy days, an umbrella would be stuffed into my bag. I asked him about it. He only coldly said it was the assistant's doing. These small gestures of care were like boiling a frog slowly, making my once cold heart stir with inappropriate ripples again. A month later, Bai Ningbing's mother, Xiuxian, asked to meet me. "Mr. Feng." "Thank you," she said directly. "If it weren't for you, Ningbing and I might never have returned to the Bei family." "No, thanks. I just did it for the money." I hoped he looked at me earnestly. "Can you return the shares to him?" I was stunned. "Why? Because he loves you?" Xiuxian said calmly. Those 4 words exploded in my head. "What did you say?" "He loves you," Xiuxian repeated. "He doesn't want to taint your relationship with money. That 10% of shares isn't a transaction to him. It's a bride price." "Bride price?" I was completely confused. That night, he was drunk and mistook you for someone else. That night, he was drunk and mistook you for another man. Xiuxian sighed. When she woke up, she was very regretful. She was afraid you'd hate her if you knew the truth. So, she used that stupidest way to push you away. That morning, she came back and locked herself in her room, smashing her most beloved piano model. She said she felt too dirty. That she dragged you into the mud. She pushed you away herself. She's a jerk. Another man. I caught the key point. It's Liu Li's brother, Liu Xiakui. Liu Xiakui is Ningbing's first love. Xiuxian said. They grew up together, childhood sweethearts. Later, because of the feud between our families, the Liu family threatened his father's life and forced Liu Xiakui abroad. Ningbing never forgot her and you. Xiuxian looked at me with a complex expression. You look a lot like Liu Xiakui when he was young. A flash of his drunken tenderness last night, his fingertips tracing my brows. That tenderness, it was never mine. My heart felt like it was being squeezed by an invisible hand, hurting so much I couldn't breathe. My fingertips trembled uncontrollably. "Mr. Fan." Xiuxian continued. "Liu Xiakui is coming back next week. I hope you'll leave Ningbing voluntarily. I can give you a sum of money, enough for the rest of your life." I stood up and looked at her. "Go tell Bai Ningbing to give up. Even if I destroy what's mine, I'll never hand it over." With that, I left holding back tears. News of Liu Xiakui's return spread fast. The Liu family threw a grand welcome party. Bai Ningbing was invited. I dressed up, wearing my first luxury suit bought with Bai Ningbing's money, styled my hair, and sneaked into the hall. In the glittering hall, I spotted Liu Xiaokui, the center of attention, in a white suit, elegant and gentle, with dimples when smiling. He did resemble me, but more ethereal. When a waiter broke a glass, he didn't scold, but kindly offered tissues. Everyone admired him, as if he were perfection. Bai Ningbing stood by him. With them, a perfect match. I grabbed champagne, took a breath, and walked over. Bai Ningbing froze at my voice. She turned panic in her eyes. "Why are you here?" "I'm Bai Ningbing's partner," I said calmly. Her face darkened. "Feng Yua, don't mess around." "Mess around?" I challenged. "Aren't we partners?" Vice President Bai. Xiuxian smiled, but his eyes judged. "Ningbing, this gentleman is..." She hesitated, I answered. "I am her bought dog." Gas filled the room. Liu Xiaokui paled. Bai Ningbing's face darkened. She grabbed my wrist. "Fang Yu," she pulled me. "Fang Yuan, what do you want?" "What do I want?" I sneered. "Don't forget our deal. You promised half of the Bai family is mine. Are you backing out for him?" I pointed at Liu Xiaokui. Liu Xiaokui looked scared. Bai Ningbing's eyes burned with rage. Just as I thought she'd explode, she smiled. "Fine." She took my hand. "Let me introduce everyone." She looked around. "This is my fiancé, Feng Yuan." I froze. Liu Xiaokui froze. Everyone froze. "Fiancé? Is she crazy?" I tried to pull away, but she held tighter. She whispered in my ear, "You want everything from the Bai family? The fastest way is to be its master." Feng Yuan, dare to play bigger? I saw madness in her eyes, the same as mine. I knew it was a trap, a sweet trap made for me. My heart ached. But I still jumped in because I love her enough to be a stand-in. I held her hands, smiled crazier. I'm in. Our engagement shook high society. Her father nearly had a heart attack. But Binding Bean was stubborn. She said she'd only marry me. I knew she was acting. I moved into her apartment. She was perfect to me, so perfect. I sometimes thought it was real, but at night, holding me, she'd murmur, he, and I'd be shattered back to reality. Yuxia visited Binding Bean almost daily. That day, he came to the apartment again. Binding Bean was in the shower. I opened the door and saw him holding a thermos. Lester Fang, I brought some soup for Ning Bing. I smiled, took the thermos, and said, how thoughtful. Then, right in front of him, I poured all the soup he carefully made into the toilet. His face turned pale with rage. You've gone too far. Gone too far. I stepped closer. Mr. Liu, you keep harassing my fiancé. Who's really gone too far? Let me be clear. Binding Bean is mine. You'll never take him from me. You are insane. He cursed and ran off. After Binding Bean finished showering, he saw me standing in the living room, eyes red. What's wrong? Where's Yakuihi? Was just here. I threw myself into his arms, crying. He called me a mistress. Told me to give you back. He said you don't love me, that our engagement is just for something else. His brow furrowed. Don't listen to him, he said, holding me tight and patting my back. I love you, only you. His words were sweet, but his tone was cold. That night, he was unusually gentle. He whispered, I love you, in my ear again and again. Unusually gentle, again and again. He said, I love you in my ear. I closed my eyes, forcing myself to believe it. But physical pleasure couldn't hide the emptiness inside. It was all fake. The day before the wedding, I received an anonymous package. Inside were photos. The photos showed Binding Bing and Liu Xiaokui kissing on the beach, hugging in the snow, and taking intimate shots in various places. My hands trembled so much I could barely hold them. Each photo was like a knife stabbing my heart. At the bottom was a note that read, Feng Yuan, you can't beat me. I grabbed the photos and rushed to buy corporation. Ignoring the secretary, I burst into Binding Bing's office. He was in a meeting. He froze when he saw me. Feng Yuan, what are you doing here? I didn't cry. Instead, I laughed and threw the photos in his face. Binding Bing, you liar. The room went silent. His face turned ashen. Everyone out. He shouted at the executives. They all laughed. There's photos, yes. Great. I stepped closer, eyes red. Am I just a substitute? Binding Bing, look me in the eye and tell me you never loved Liu Xiaohui. Look me in the eye and say you never loved the Liu Xiaohui. He was silent, so I was just a substitute. Binding Bing, you are something else. We're done. He stared at me, pain and panic in his eyes. He grabbed my wrist, his voice hoarse. Never hate me, hit me, curse me, but don't leave. I'm sorry. He pulled me into a tight hug. So hard, it felt like he was crushing me. I'm sorry, Feng Yuan. So hard, it felt like he was crushing me. I'm sorry, Feng Yuan. I didn't struggle. I let him hold me. Feng Yuan, he said, cupping my face and gently wiping my tears. Is the wedding still on? I looked at him. In his deep eyes, I saw a plea. He was afraid I'd run. A huge thought. I heard my own voice. Hoarse but icy. Why wouldn't it be? But Binding Bing, from today, our deal has changed. I don't want half of the bad family's assets. I want it all. And you. The wedding is on. She walked toward me in her white wedding dress. When the officiant asked if she would take me as her husband, she hesitated for just a second. That second felt like a century. I saw countless images flash in her eyes. Liu Xiaokui's tear-streaked face, the humiliation of the past, and my resolute gaze and my words. I want all of the Bai family's assets, and you, they echoed. She was weighing her pain, struggling in despair, choosing in fear. My heart sank. Suddenly, the church door burst open. Liu Xiaokui stood there in a black suit. Ning Bing, she called, tears streaming down her face. You can't marry him. You love me. A grand wedding turned into a messy love triangle. Binding Bing looked at Liu Xiaokui, then at me, torn. I should have known. How could a first love lose to a stand-in? I grabbed the mic. Guest, the groom's late. Since the real one's back, the stand-in, should leave. I turned, adjusted my suit, ready to leave without looking back. Adjusted my suit, ready to leave this joke of a place. I'm done. Feng Yuan. Binding Bing suddenly called out. He pushed Liu Yakui aside, rushed to me, but didn't hug me. Instead, as I turned, he dropped to one knee. Feng Yuan, he grabbed my hand. Don't go. His voice trembled. The wedding continues. He yelled at the stunned hostess, and stayed kneeling, facing me. Feng Yuan, I love you. He looked into my eyes, said clearly, not because you look like someone, just because you are you. I admit, at first, you appeared because you looked like Liu Xiaokui. I thought I could use you to get back at everyone who looked down on me, but I was wrong. I fell for your strength, your ruthlessness, your devotion. Liu Xiaokui is a hothouse flower, beautiful but fragile. You're a weed thriving on a cliff. Your fierceness, your cunning, your relentless pursuit of goals, your madness, it all fascinates me. You jacked me out of the gutter. You, this wildfire, ignited me. You taught me what it means to truly live. I am scared. Scared my dirty heart isn't worthy of you. Scared I'd drag you into this mud. That's why I pushed you away again and again. After that night, watching you sleep, I felt panic for the first time. Scared my dirty heart isn't worthy of you. So I used that check, the stupidest way to push you away. It wasn't payment, it was punishment. I punished myself for hurting you. Feng Yuan, forgive me? I looked at his tears. Feng Yuan, forgive me? I looked at her tears like broken beads, unstoppable. So she didn't not love, just dared not love. Liu Xiaokui stood nearby, disbelieving. Ning Bing, you lied to me. You promised to marry me. I never agreed. Binding Bing didn't even look at him. Liu Xiaokui, we ended long ago. Back then, you chose to abandon me under family pressure. What right do you have to ask me to turn back? You betrayed us first. Liu Xiaokui screamed hysterically. You are targeting my family for this man. You brought it on yourselves. If you hadn't forced us apart, if you hadn't ruined my dad, why would I retaliate? So back then, Mrs. Bai not only stole Binding Bing's father, but also bankrupted the Zhou family in business. My Ningbing's grandfather was literally angered to death. That's why she truly hates the Liu family. And Liu Xiaokui was just a pawn in her revenge plan. No, it's not true. Liu Xiaokui, devastated, ran out of the church. The farce finally ended. Bai Ningbing took my hand again. Kneeling, he pulled out a ring. Fang Yan, marry me. I looked at him, smiling through tears. Yes, our wedding finally went smoothly. We jointly ran the Bai group, becoming the Bai family's most powerful double-edged sword. I led the charge on the front lines, and Bai Ningbing was my strongest strategist behind the scenes. Our first move was to fully acquire the Liu family company. It was a long, bloody capital war. The Liu family, desperate, leaked fake scandals. The Liu family, desperate, leaked fake scandals. Negative news caused stock market turmoil. Several Bai ants also attacked, trying to seize power. I led the main front, debating everyone at board meeting, stabilizing morale. Meanwhile, Bai Ningbing used his connections to quietly dismantle all of Liu's external allies and root out internal traitors. Traitor, the Liu family is bankrupt. I didn't destroy them, just made them taste the fall. As for Liu Xiaokuai, he snapped and was sent to a home. I visited once. He sat in a corner, mumbling to a toy. Ningbing was pitiful. My dad got his karma. After the Liu's collapse, he thought he'd ride on my coattails. He came to Bay Tower. I turned him away. Then he cried into the media about my ingratitude. He tried using Fang Yan to threaten me. I had him taken from the press. I found him in a dark rental, leg broken by debt collectors, barely alive. I'm your father, he begged. I just dropped a bank card. This is not for you to live on. It repays my debt. We're even now. I never saw him again. Alive or dead, I don't care. Fang Yan recovered the well. He got into his dream art school and became a gnome painter. She's my only tie to this world. She came to see me at work. I stood by the window, watching the traffic below. He whispered, "Bro, you have more than you think. I got it." Tella, in this world, you gotta be crazy to win. He smiled, clean as ever. But remember to come home. I felt warmth. Everything settled. I got it all. Money, status, power, and a woman who loves me. I often ask Bai Ningbing when she started loving me. She'd pull me close, looking down at our empire. She said it was when I, like a beautiful flame, burn away her injustices with red paint. We started as a deal. We bet conquest and obsession, stake madness and obsession on each other's lives. We earn each other's light. We're accomplices in the abyss. The only poison and the only cure